Hi,
I'm Jason.
I'm Chelsea.
We're the Munsons.
And we weren't planning on having kids.
Much less adopt.
So,
when we became parents, we hit the books and hired the experts.
And this is what we learned.
These are our family hacks. So, and I've noticed this, that we start a lot of videos with so and okay.
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 So instead of that, we need to start with
Okay.
today.
Yeah, today. Right now, we're going to talk about the subject of feelings and needs and identifying feelings and needs. This is an incredibly powerful tool. It takes some time to learn and to practice. I think we have a tendency to get into reactionary mode, either with ourselves or with somebody else when they're having an extremely negative or positive reaction.
In the moment.
In the moment, and so this takes a little bit more time to get down and to practice. So there's essentially there's 4 steps towards supporting somebody when they are in having a good time or a bad time. And the first step is identifying the feeling.
Yep.
The second step is
Identifying the need.
the third step is empathizing. And then the fourth step is it's an optional step which you may or may not be able to do, which would be
A solution. Providing a solution.
providing a solution.
Mm-hmm.
So the truth is that we can't always fix things,
Right.
but we always can empathize with things. So
A lot of power and empathy.
yes, exactly. So we'll give an example of how that might look like, and then we'll walk through some of the steps, and then we're going to focus on this first thing, which is identifying feelings.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. So an example of the old way of something like this happening. What example could we use of a situation where somebody's having a negative reaction?
Well, I mean, we've given examples before of me asking you to take out the trash and you not hearing that, and then me getting really upset because I'm not feeling supported.
Okay, so let's just use that example. So
Nice to keep consistency.
yeah, we'll just keep consistency with it. So you asked me to take out the trash. I didn't hear you, and I come into you, and you're kind of stomping around the kitchen, and you have a look on your face. And so all I need to do is just make a guess. And there's not that many negative feelings that somebody can have. We have a list of them right here. And if you would like to message us or leave a comment on the on YouTube, then we'll actually send this to you. So so here's some feelings: frustrated, irritated, sad, disheartened, aggravated,
mad,
confused, scared, fearful, any of these things.
women, worried, anxious.
Worried, anxious, anger, furious.
Yeah.
Furious is different than angry.
And there's this one, women, overwhelmed. Overwhelmed.
And one that's not on here that I always like is conflicted.
Yes.
You can feel conflicted. So I walk into the room and I look at her and I can see that she's having a negative experience. So I can just need to guess. And so I could say, honey, are you feeling worried?
No.
No. Are you feeling sad?
No.
Could you be feeling annoyed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I just identified her feeling. Now, it could also work the other way, is that she's stomping around the kitchen and she recognizes that she has a negative emotion. And so how would that work for you?
There's times that I will walk over and I will say, I'm feeling annoyed. I identify what my own feeling is.
Right, and because your need for
Support
was not met.
is not met.
And that can be an internal dialogue that she has with herself. It's like, oh, I have a need. My need for support was. I'm feeling annoyed because my need for support was not met because my husband didn't respond to my request to take out the trash.
And women, we do this a lot, right? If you make one of those requests, you ask a question and you feel like ignored, then you will go about and have this chatter in your mind. I know I have had that chatter in my mind. Oh, how dare I? I'm not feeling it. That's the jackals.
Right, or it can happen with me. Is I'm driving to work and I'm like, I'm really feeling angry this morning. And I'm like, why do I feel angry? And I'm thinking, okay, you know what? I'm feeling angry because somebody ate the leftovers for dinner or from dinner that I was supposed to have as lunch. And I'm feeling angry. And I'm also kind of feeling frustrated because now I got to figure out what to meet for lunch. So my needs for consideration weren't really met, in that moment. And so it's like, okay, well, now I have some clarity and I have some awareness about what's driving my feeling, and maybe I don't have to feel that way anymore, once I've identified it.
So what you've just shown us is how we can, with one another, we're supporting vocalizing what those feelings are, but then in that other scenario, you just showed the inward identifying of your feelings, and that's really important to be able to do both.
Right, and you want to start with being able to identify your own feelings before you start trying to identify your feelings in your partner, because it needs that level of practice, and it also helps you out to do it, because it's a way of de-escalating your own emotions when they pile up, and that happens to every single person on here. So being able to just identify and saying, hey, I'm feeling this because this happened. So, oh, okay.
And that's why lists like this, I keep this list on the refrigerator, because sometimes in that moment you're like, oh, what am I feeling? And when you're first starting to practice this, it helps to have a list to look at and be like, you can ask yourself, is it annoyed? No. Is it anger? It's nice to have it written out for you.
Yeah. So even when I can come home, from a day of work, and she can see the look on my face, and she might say, hey, it looks like you're
feeling tired.
Looks like you're feeling tired. I can say, yeah. So, well, it's just like, okay,
There's nothing I can do about him feeling tired.
No, but she may make a different choice at that moment. She may not ask me to take out the trash right at that moment when she says, hey, it looks like you're feeling tired. Or she may be really nice and hand me...
Would you like to have a drink and have a seat on the couch?
Yeah, hand me the remote control and say, yes, I would love that. And then I can change from being tired over to this other list of feelings, which are the happy ones.
Our positive list.
Our positive feelings. And I could say something, wow, I really feel delighted. I really feel delighted and relaxed. And I feel supported right now because you recognize that I'm feeling tired. So here again, it takes some practice, and sometimes you have to do a do-over.
Do-overs are wonderful. We should do a whole nother video on a do-over.
We should do one on videos.
Video on do-overs.
But do-overs are when you mess up, and mess it up, and you recognize it.
You've messed up,
and you say, you know what?
I'd like to do this again.
Could I do this over with you? Because this didn't turn out right. And it's usually when you start getting a reaction, and you're like, whoops, you have to be humble in that moment, and to say, hey, look, I didn't do a good job here.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we had our first step. You gave a couple examples. So identifying how you're feeling.
You're right, how you're feeling.
How you're feeling.
First. And get practice with that.
And then the second step is?
Identifying feelings in others.
Okay. So we talked about with our spouses, our partners, and this is really important with your children. Really important with your children, because we've talked about mirroring before. If they see you vocalizing and being able to identify your feelings, then you are teaching them a pattern of being able to do that with themselves. And as their parent, you get to support them with this process.
Yeah. So let's talk about kids' feelings in a minute here, but let's talk about adult feelings, because they're actually a little bit more complicated. It's a little bit harder.
Adults, we are a little bit more.
Our feelings are a bit more complex.
We have
more. Kids' feelings, in dealing from probably like the age of 2 to 3 up to 11 or 12, they're pretty basic. If they're having a negative emotion, it's going to be something like fear, anger,
sadness,
frustration, hurt.
As they get older, closer to 9 and 10, they'll start identifying with frustrated or conflicted. But
yeah, they'll do some other ones. But these ones are are
these are safe.
these are pretty safe and they're
Safe.
pretty easy, you know. So it's like, so you know, you can walk on your kid and you can see that look on their face, and maybe you even know what's wrong. You know, maybe it's like you just told them they couldn't watch TV anymore, and
Right.
so they go stomp off into their bedroom, like they throw a temper tantrum, and you could walk into their room and you could say, it looks, and you know, I mean, it's like, you know. But this is about honoring the feelings. You're about honoring their feelings and about helping them to understand their feelings. So they may be having this feeling and they're not connected or able to put language around it. So saying, it looks like you're feeling angry. Is that
Is
right?
that right?
And you really, that just like that. Don't say, it looks like you're feeling angry because I told you to turn the TV off. Just connect with the first
feeling.
part, the feeling. It looks like you're feeling angry. Is that right? And they're going to say yes. And then you can say, are you feeling angry because I asked you to turn off the TV? Yes. Okay. So
Then we get to step 3.
yeah, then we get to step 3, saying, I could understand how that you would feel angry because I asked you to turn off the TV and you were really feeling connected with your show. Is that right? Yes.
And now, as the parent, there's a reason you asked for that, so you can't at this time offer a solution to that.
No, because you're not going to go turn the
You're
TV
not going
back
to turn
on.
it back on. So that's when it's one of those 3 steps. So you stop at the empathy there, and you explain, or you say, like you said, I can understand why you would feel that way.
Now, you might be able to offer a solution because you might say, well, and here's again making a request. We've done this in other videos. Say, well, is there something that you could do right now instead of watching TV that would meet your need for fun right now? You know, so then it's like you just communicated to your child that you understand, you've heard them. You're not gonna.
Feelings are valid.
Their feelings are valid. You're not turning the TV back on, but now you're in partnership with them of trying to figure out something else for them to do. And they can accept or reject that offer from you, but at least they know that you know how they feel and you care about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just identifying, just that first step is just say, and if you don't even get anywhere past that first step, just get to that first
Start
step of
with
saying,
that practice.
saying, hey, it looks like you're feeling angry, and then just stop right there. Is that right? The tendency is to go jump into the thing that you know that they're angry about.
Right.
So you have to practice with just identifying the feeling and getting them to say that back to
Yeah,
you.
that question is very important, not just with kids, but with each other too, with your spouse. It's identifying that feeling. So write that down. Identify the feeling, and then ask, "Is that right?"
Right. So adults can be a little bit more complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe you could share something about like adults and feelings and identifying.
Well, he is really wonderful at supporting me when I'm having moments, because I do, as a homeschooling mom, I'm here a lot. When you're in your home a lot, like we are, things get messy and get disorganized, and I often feel overwhelmed. And so it's not uncommon for me, even to within the first little bit of time of waking up, you can identify, okay, something's going on. And so that's really what he sees, the look on my face, or he can hear it in my voice, or the interaction within me and the children, and you will say, honey, it looks like you're feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah, or it looks like you're feeling annoyed, or it looks like you're feeling
You're sad.
You're frustrated, or yeah. It's kind of funny because sad is not one that I'll see.
Well,
I'll jump into some other ones, but sometimes she's feeling sad, and I think that she's annoyed, or she's frustrated, or she's irritated, or some of these other ones. So the good thing about this tool is that you don't have to have it right.
Right.
You don't. So
If he starts guessing and he's not right,
she'll tell me.
I'll tell him.
She'll tell me. And so by me guessing, it shows that I care about how she's feeling. And it sends a message to her that I'm interested, even if I don't have it right, even if I don't guess it right. So, let's say that you're feeling sad, and I might come in and say, "Hey, honey, it looks like you're feeling angry. Is that right?
No.
Are you maybe frustrated?
No.
Okay. Are you maybe feeling overwhelmed?
No, I'm sad.
Oh, you're feeling sad. And then right there, I don't know why, because something happened in her day. So I could just say, I'm not aware of anything that would be making you sad. Would you be willing to share with me right now what's going on with you that you're feeling, or what happened that is making you feel sad?
Yeah. And sometimes I'm aware, sometimes I have connected with it and I'll share. And there's other times that I don't have that clarity yet, even myself, and so I may even say that. I'll say, I'm not quite clear on what's going on. And so that really is kind of two scenarios with when I say I'm not clear on what's going on, because let's face it, women, sometimes we haven't figured it out yet. I don't know if you're aware of the words that you say to me.
Would you be willing to share with me when you become aware of what's going on with you? I'd really like to hear it.
Yeah, he'll do that, or he'll say this. He'll say, is there anything I can do to support you right now?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's something I can say. Is there anything I can say or do to support you in this moment?
Say or do.
So another scenario can be I come in and I make the guess and I say, it looks like you're feeling angry, and you say yes to that. Okay, so
usually that yes is a lot more powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's say it's about the trash. So
Okay.
but I don't know. I don't know what she's angry about. But she's angry about that she asked me to take out the trash. I didn't hear her. I didn't do it. Trash isn't taken out. She's angry now. So I say, okay, honey, it looks like you're feeling angry. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so here's a great tool for you husbands. Are you feeling angry about something that I did or something that the kids did?
This is important because the answer to this question will either get you off the hook, it's not you, or, you got some work to do.
Yeah. Because if she asked the kids to take out the trash and they didn't do it, then I would ask that question and you would say,
Oh, I'm sorry, ask it again.
okay, are you feeling angry about something I did or something the kids did?
The kids.
Okay, so all I care about at this moment is that I'm off the hook. It's not about me. It's like, okay, easy. But in the other instance where you say that it's something that I did, okay, well now I have an awareness. And I could say something like this. Would you be willing to share with me what I said or did to make you angry? Because I'm not aware of what I might have done.
And even though he's saying it nice, there's still some irritation that might be in there. So you might still say it a little snarky. Yes, I asked you to take the trash out and you didn't.
Oh, okay. And then this is here, and for me to cut through that snarkiness, I could say, I hear that you're feeling angry because you asked me to take out the trash and I didn't do it. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I just totally diffused the bomb, because what ammunition does she have left? And you're a jerk.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like there's nothing left for you to be angry about, because I just said, oh, okay, you're feeling this way. It's like, well, if I took out the trash, would that make you feel better?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll go take out the trash then.
So he demonstrated something really important where he did identify how I was feeling and why, but then he repeated it back to me. He said, okay, I hear that you're feeling angry or annoyed because you asked me to take out the trash and I haven't done that yet. Can I go do that now? So in that sense, you did offer a solution by meeting my request. But by repeating it back, I am feeling heard and I feel like you care about my feelings.
And again, this is, so number one, this takes a lot of practice.
Yes.
Okay. And number two, it's really nice when you have a partner that is on board with you and working on this together. But when you don't have a partner that is on board with you just yet, this actually works really well, because they start feeling like they're heard and like their feelings are valid. So then you get to this kind of third level, if you're where you're on board, or you're at least at this point with your partner where you think that they are ready to maybe reciprocate this and give back a little bit, and you can walk into the room and say, you know, I'm really feeling irritated right now. And you could say,
I hear you're feeling irritated right now. Are you feeling irritated about something that I said or did?
yeah, because I need to leave in 10 minutes and I don't have any clean underwear.
I hear you're feeling irritated because you need to leave in 10 minutes and you don't have any clean underwear.
So when you got somebody who's been working with you for a while, then this is what it sounds like. But it could even, sound like this with somebody who's not quite, playing the game with you yet. Is like just like, I'm really feeling irritated because I don't have any clean underwear right now. And then you got to back it up with this though, because now you just threw this on them, right? So if they're not quite playing the game yet, then you have to follow up with this moment. I don't need you to do anything about that. I just needed to have you hear me.
And they may say nothing.
And they don't, and that's it. And that's it. Now you get it off your chest, right? And they might say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, or oh, whatever, and or it may start a fight.
It might, but at least you're practicing, you're identifying how you're feeling, and you're sharing why.
Yeah. So if it does start a fight, then you whatever that person says, you can now empathize with them.
Yeah.
So let's
be that I don't play the game.
Let's play that. Okay.
Okay.
Honey, I'm really feeling irritated because I need to leave in 10 minutes and I don't have any clean underwear, and I don't need you to do anything about that. I just need you to hear me.
Okay, well, great. I'm sorry. I didn't get the laundry done. It's now defensive.
Could you be feeling maybe a little bit overwhelmed about the laundry?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I don't have that for you.
Okay. I hear you're feeling overwhelmed and that you're sorry that you weren't able to do that for me. And I could understand how you might be feeling that way.
I have nothing to say. Because what can I say now?
Thank you for hearing me. And so tense, right? But shorter argument.
But he shut me up because I can't fight back. He's not trying to fight. I was getting defensive, and now I can't say anything.
And I'm not trying to shut her up either. I just want to be able to express my feelings. And whatever she lobbies back at me, I'm just going to empathize, with it. And so I got to express my feelings. She got to express her feelings. Both of us heard each other. And it was a 30-second fight.
Yeah.
So this stuff works. To be continued.
Yes.
Again, this takes practice. We don't always get this right.
Nope.
We do plenty of do-overs because that is how life is. If you, again, would like a copy of the sampling of your feelings and needs, both positive and negative, we can send that. And then we're going to do another video that's the follow-up. So it's identifying feelings, then needs, then empathy, then solution. So we're going to talk about needs in our next, or one of our next videos.
There you go.